Hello guys, what is going on? I'm Nozda and welcome back to another video. So today I'm recording this on my phone. If you haven't watched any of my videos before, I don't usually record on my phone. I record on my webcam. I use a Rode Podcaster microphone if I can get it into screen. Over the past few videos I've been having some audio problems and I've been trying a bunch of different solutions, and I'm pretty sure the problem is that my 100+ pound microphone is broken, and I don't know why, but it's been sort of breaking for the past few months now, and officially I can't get it to stop breaking, which is very sad indeed. I don't really know what else to do. I'm probably just gonna have to save up and buy a new microphone, but for now we're just gonna record on phone because the phone microphone isn't god awful, it's pretty bad, but at least it's audible, unlike my webcam microphone, which we might have been able to use. Anyway, so this week I am doing my manga review video on my phone, but more importantly, the manga I'm going to be reviewing this week is Haikyuu 318 and My Hero Academia 198. You can check to see where they'll be in the video over here somewhere, and you can also go to timestamps in the description. If you have access to the description, then you can go and click on one of the timestamps and go to the specific part of the video in which you'll be able to see the review of your choice. We're going to watch them both and just sit tight, and we're going to start off with Haikyuu 318. So, it's a very nice use of a chapter. It could have been filler, but I'm glad that they took the time to really give this chapter purpose, because in the past with Haikyuu, we've had these chapters where it's been, what we got is we got one captain and the other captain like being like parallel to each other, pretty much being like, yo, let's get hyped and let's win the match, and that's the entire chapter. We like dwell a tiny bit on the last set, and then we basically hype up the next set. While this chapter actually took time and focused on something and actually achieved something, which was great. What I'm talking about obviously is what the chapter did is it managed to create a different side to Kuro. Kuro to me has always been this rather bland character that I remembered as like just looking cooler than Daichi. Like he didn't really have anything else to it. But now that what's happened is we've got this backstory chapter which has shown the foundation that has been embedded in Kuro's and Kenma's friendship. And the best way to show a different side to a character is to attach his backstory to an already well-developed and well-loved character, being Kenma. Kenma is super well-loved, and making Kuro basically his super best friend from ages ago. We already knew that they were friends and they at least liked each other. The fact that we now see them as like these super best friends from ages ago, and now like they're part together as like on the volleyball team, it just creates this unique perspective that we wouldn't have gotten, and he's created like sort of like a more memorable trait and definitely more memorable character in Kuro, and I'm not just going to remember him just for his looks anymore. The chapter also did its unavoidable job of getting me hyped for the next chapter. That is what a good chapter does, and he did that pretty well. The announcers have pitched Karasuno to start on the forefront, and I have no doubt that is what's going to happen. But because Nakoma have sort of like got this like chinkless armor, where they just seem like completely impenetrable and just overall just really overpowered. Even though Karasuno won the last set, I still think that Nakoma are incredibly overpowered. So I'm excited to see what can happen, but I do feel like Nakoma are going to be on the forefront for the massive majority of the match. I think Karasuno are going to start out strong, because they usually always start out strong. But I do feel like Nakoma are going to be on the forefront for the majority of the match, and then Karasuno will pull it back at the end to win. I do feel like they're going to win. They're obviously going to win. If they don't, then I don't know what I'm reading, to be honest. But yeah, that is it for Haikyuu 318. I'm going to move on to My Hero Academia 198. So, My Hero Academia 198. The matchups for this fight are the two perfect. Firstly, let's shed light on a less obvious one, being Momo and Kendo. They're completely different quirks. Like, that's not what makes this setup great. If you don't know what the quirks are, Kendo can enlarge parts of herself. I think we have only seen her enlarge her hands. We might have seen other parts, but I think I can only personally remember her hands being enlarged, which is very similar to Miss Marvel from the Marvel Comics universe. I assume she can enlarge other parts like Miss Marvel as well. Whilst Momo can create anything that she knows the molecular structure of. But it's not like I said, it's not like that makes them a great match. It's the fact that they are both leaders of their respective teams and they're hyper intelligent in class and in battle. If you watch the animated, and this is probably more fresh in your mind, if we go back to the forest arc, we will remember that Kenmo basically, she saved her comrade. She used her large hands to blow away the gas, the poisonous gas, and then she also used her hands to cover her comrade's face in order to save him. And if we just think about that for a second, Class A reacted the way they did because they have already had experience in battle against villains, being the field trip arc. Class B have had nothing like that whatsoever, in any way. And for Kenmo to be Kendo. I think I was mixing Momo and Kendo together. Then Kenmo. Kendo, for her to be so calm and collected and use not just her quirk but her brain as well in order to save someone was just amazingly impressive. So just think about that when as an example. For why Kendo is just this super incredible person. Momo has a multitude of examples of her intellect that we don't really need to go into, to be honest. I feel like we all know that Momo is super intelligent. On the other hand, we have Tokiyami and Kuriro, yet another counter to Tokiyami's Dark Shadow. I'm of course referring, when I say yet another counter, I'm of course referring to both Todoroki and Bakugo. Bakugo in the tournament arc, Todoroki in the forest arc. We just see these people who can use light against him, but this time we get to see darkness be used against darkness, which is very intriguing, definitely. It does seem though that Tokiyami is forever fated to come up against his exact counter, and otherwise he would just win. And that does sound negative, and to be honest, it kind of is. And it just is going forward for the future and the story. If Tokiyami is ever used again in the story, I'm sure he will be, but you know what I mean, used in this sort of way, with his quirk and stuff like that. And if he's used in a battle against villains and stuff like that as well, it'll most likely become too predictable. I just thought of something then, that's why I stood. Let me just say this. Kuriro could probably, considering he's learning to manipulate the darkness, he could probably, I can't remember his name, the guy who can teleport people from the League of Villains, he could probably manipulate the teleportation to teleport them to a different location. That's probably not going to happen, but I just felt like that was interesting, that was far then. But yeah, if Tokiyami's ever used it in the future, it'll most likely become too predictable. But right now in this specific scenario, I have high hopes for Kuriro. He's full of life and personality, and when you've got a super powerful being Tokiyami, and you got sort of the exact counter, you don't want a Superman and Kryptonite situation. You want personality in there, otherwise it's just going to be boring. And it was great. I'm excited for them to duke it out. I'm excited for their dialogue when they're fighting and stuff like that as well. That'd be great. Just a quick discussion before the fight that had begun was amazing. Just the fact that he was talking about you understand the majesty of the abyss, and it was you don't get to see Tokiyami speak like that because no one else understands what he's been through in his life and what he controls and his power that he holds. No one understands it, and so he never really gets the chance to talk about it. So I'm glad that he has this sort of person to talk to, even if he is his enemy at this current time. Overall, it was a great chapter, as the lineups have got me super hyped for the next couple of chapters. And when a chapter has got you hyped for the next chapter, it is a great chapter. So yeah, that's it for My Hero Academia. Just quickly, if you want to go into the description below, you will see a link to my Patreon. go on there to watch the Patreon video. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to explain it any further. And also, I'm an affiliate for a website called Creative Attribute, which creates free webcomics from the ground up. So if you want to go over there and read some free comics, then you can do. They're very good. And if you decide to subscribe to their subscription model, then use my code at checkout to get a discount and also to support my channel. But yeah, that is it for this video. So sorry about the phone, sorry about probably the bad audio. If it's good audio, then I'll probably just use my phone, honestly. But I am very sad that my mic is no longer working, which is a bit sad. But what are you gonna do? Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and all that stuff. I've been awesome. And hopefully, I shall see you in the next one. Goodbye.